Video is about Sermon on the Mount. Now, I have a whole bunch of notes here associated with this. Sermon on the Mount. The Hebrew word first translated as mount is located in Genesis 10:30 and is the Hebrew word H2022, which is typically pronounced har. But as I show you here with the ancient pictographs, it can be pronounced ha-re. So here's ha-re. Sermon on the ha-re. But what can ha-re mean? Ha-re can mean spirit person. As you see here, you have the pictographs of the spirit in the person's head. It can mean spirit person. You can boil that down to a single word, and it can mean personality. As the Sermon on the Mount, the entire Sermon on the Mount is based on the Enneagram of personality. And that's what I'm going to show you in this video. Starting with, a moment please. I'm going to give you the numbers. Now, if you get yourself a copy of the Enneagram of Personality chart, and here's one here, you can find it online. It's easy enough to find. This is the Enneagram of Personality. This gives you all the information you need. This gives you the information that I'm going to speak about right now. And you can see for yourself if what I say is true. Now, a natural series of the Enneagram of Personality that I discovered and I showed in a different video known as Gog and Magog is ego. And the series of personalities goes in this order. You should write these down. Personality number 3, number 6, number 9, number 1, number 4, number 7, number 5, number 8, and number 2. In the Sermon on the Mount, I had a different note here somewhere. Hold on a minute, please. Okay. In the Sermon on the Mount, or the Sermon on the Personality, is in Matthew chapter 5, and starting with verse number 3 through 11, deals with the personality number 3. If I get my chart here. Personality number 3, which is the achiever, and starts off with the ego fixation, which is vanity. Vanity addresses self, addresses a person. Now, well, I'll give you the numbers that it goes through. So we have the numbers of 3, 6, 9, 1, 4, 7, 5, 8, 2. Then it reverses. 8, 5, 7, 4, 1, 9, 6, 3. Then finishes off with personality number 1. But we'll go down these one by one. I just thought I'd give you those numbers. If you wanted to write them down yourself for notes, you could easily do that by stopping and starting this video in that small window of time. So here we go. We'll start with Matthew 5:1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into the mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying. Now when he did this, he addressed the people, the multitudes, okay? And he taught them. How did he address them? As I'm trying to tell you, he addressed them using the Enneagram of Personality. He addressed the 9 basic personalities, all of them. He addressed their vanity. He addressed their self. So he addressed everybody that was there. And he did so in verses 3 through 11, through their vanity, through their self, in their basic desire associated with the personality number. Starting with Matthew number 3. Okay? The basic desire of personality number 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The basic desire is to feel valuable. Personality number 6, Matthew 5, verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. To have support and guidance is that basic desire. Personality number 9, Matthew 5, 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Addresses the basic desire of wholeness and peace of mind. Personality number 1, Matthew 5, 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Addresses the basic desire of personality 1, which is goodness, integrity, and balance. Personality number 4's basic desire is addressed in Matthew 5, 7. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. And that addresses the basic desire of to be uniquely themselves. Personality number 7, Matthew 5, 8. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Addresses the basic desire to be satisfied and content. Personality number 5, Matthew 5, 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. That addresses the basic desire of mastery. Personality number 8, Matthew 5, 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Addresses the basic desire of self-protection. Personality number 2, Matthew 5, 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Addresses the basic desire to feel love. Now, from here on, this was the attention getter to the crowd. This appealed to their vanity. This appealed to the basic desire of the individual personality. And it addressed all 9 personalities, which addressed everybody who could have possibly been there. Now, this system that I'm talking about, the Enneagram of Personality, this is a system of religious indoctrination. And that is what it is, okay? This deals with the spirit, deals with the personality of individuals. It's a system. I've addressed and shown the system of ego. It has been used in the past for horrible things. Do I think that Yeshua, however you want to pronounce his name, you want to call him Jesus Christ, doesn't matter. You want to address the individual that supposedly wrote these writings, doesn't matter. Do I think that these particular things here are written for anything bad, evil, wicked, or heinous? No, I do not. But I'm addressing the system that's in place. So I suppose what I'm telling you is the system that's in place and that was used can be used for good or evil. It has been used for evil. There's no two ways about it. This addresses the good side of it. So let's continue on with the good, because I prefer to see good come out of the world instead of this world still be stuck in this evilness. I think in the beginning of your Bible, it speaks of that. I don't know, something like void or things like that. But hey, we don't want to be there. We want to get back to this goodness. Okay. So anyhow. Now we're down to Matthew 12. And Matthew 12 goes into the personality and the basic desire of number 6. I'm not going to read all these because you can read these yourself if you're really that interested in it. Matthew 5:13 through 14 addresses the basic desire of personality number 9. Matthew number 15 and 16 addresses the personality number 1 and its basic desire. Matthew 5:17 through 5:18 addresses personality number 4 and its basic desire. Matthew number 5:19 through 5:20 addresses personality number 7 and its basic desire. Matthew 5:21 through 5:24 addresses personality number 5 and that basic desire. Matthew 5:25 and 5:26 addresses personality number 8 and the basic desire. Matthew number 5:27 and 5:28 addresses personality number 2 and the basic desire of that. Matthew 5:29 and 5:30 addresses personality number 8 and the basic desire of that. Matthew 5:31 and 5:32 addresses personality number 5 and the basic desire of that one. Matthew 5:33 through 5:34 addresses personality number 7 and the basic desire of that. Matthew 5:35 and 5:36 addresses personality number 4 and the basic desire of that. Matthew 5:37, 5:38, and 5:39 addresses personality number 1 and the basic desire of that. There may even be something additional in that series too. There's a series of 3 there. But anyhow, we'll continue on. Matthew 5:40, 5:41, and 5:42 addresses personality number 9 and the basic desire associated with that. Matthew 5:43, 5:44, and 5:45 addresses personality number 6 and the basic desires associated with that. Now I'm just noticing here that there's 3 verses for personality 1, personality 9, personality number 6, and those last 3 series. I think there's going to be additional knowledge or information, something deeper in there that we can get out of those 3. Well, I'll continue on here. Matthew 5:46 and 5:47 deals with personality number 3 and the basic desire of personality number 3. Which leaves us at the last one, which I'll read this one, Matthew 5:48, which this is personality number 1. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. And that deals with the basic desire of goodness, integrity, and balance. Also, personality number 1 has a holy idea of perfection, and its name is Reformer. Pick up your list. Where is it? I lost my list already. I had it right here and I lost it already. But I know I got another one here somewhere too. Because this is important stuff. So I got a couple of copies of this kicking around. So anyhow, let me look at this list here. Number 1, okay. Reformer. That's what it's telling us. That's what it's telling us. Okay, I'll get back to my notes here. So the message of the Sermon on the Mount is to become a reformer. And as a reformer, you will encounter. Just look across the list. Look across the list. As a reformer, you will encounter ego fixation of resentment, holy idea, perfection, basic fear, corruptness, imbalance, being bad, basic desire, goodness, integrity, balance, temptation of hypocrisy, hypercriticism, the vice and passion of anger, the virtue of serenity. Under stress, you will encounter personality number 4. Maybe in yourself, maybe around you, others. But personality number 4 is the characteristic role of individualist. And in there, you will encounter ego fixation of melancholy or fantasizing, holy idea of origin, basic fear of having no identity or significance, basic desire to be uniquely themselves, temptation to overuse imagination in search of self, vice or passion, envy, virtue, equanimity, which is emotional balance, and under stress or security, if you are at the time of the individualist, you have to deal with the stress of personality number 2 or the security of personality number 1. But I'm going to go back to personality number 1. Back to personality number 1, under times of security, would be dealing with personality number 7. Again, either within yourself or around you. Okay? As a reformer, which is the message of the Sermon on the Mount. That's the place you're supposed to be. Okay? That's what it's addressing. It's addressing all the personalities, grouping it all together, and at the very end addressing you, everybody, all 9, that you're supposed to be a reformer. Okay? That's your goal. That's what you're supposed to be, as a reformer. But these are the things you're going to encounter. So that's what I'm trying to let people know, is under stress what they'd encounter will be personality number 4. And it will be either within themselves or around them. Under times of security, the reformer will have to deal with personality number 7, either within themselves or around them. Personality number 7 is the enthusiast. We've all seen the enthusiast. We all get enthusiastic. And that's under times of insecurity. So as a reformer, when you're happy, you're feeling secure, this is what you'll encounter. Enthusiasm. That's a good thing. There's no doubt about that. You'll also encounter ego fixation of planning and anticipation. The holy idea of wisdom, which is plan. The basic fear of being trapped in pain and deprivation. The basic desire to be satisfied and content. The temptation thinking fulfillment is somewhere else. The vice or passion of gluttony. And the virtue of sobriety. Under times of stress, the enthusiast will revert back to the reformer. Characteristic role number 1. At the time of security, we'll go to personality number 5, which is the investigator. There's a whole series that will go back and forth and loop in and around, but your basic goal to start with is the reformer. The rest shows you what you will have to deal with as being a reformer. So what is a reformer? A reformer is a person who's seeking change. Simply put, they want reform. They have things that are called, such as the Reformation movement, when they get big groups together and they want to reform something, which I personally believe that's what we need. And that's what we should have. And hey, if things go well enough in the lives that myself and people that I'm addressing here at this point in time, who knows, maybe we'll see 144,000 reformists step forward and get something done. As Larry the Cable Guy would say, get her done.